なあ神尾、
はい。
顎のない状態で人間が生きてられるか。
Patience, Commander. My new apprentice is nearly ready. Once Bastila joins her battle meditation to our enormous fleet, we shall be invincible.
What's up, everyone? I am the Kaiju no Kami from the Toku and Animation News Network, and Halloween month continues with a look at Ju-On the Curse 2. Ju-On the Curse 2 is kind of a cheat. The first half hour or so is the last half hour of the previous movie, which encompasses the Kayako and Kyoko segments. I'm not sure why it was done this way. Perhaps given it was released a week later from the first entry, the total film ended up being too long to sell as one movie. This resulted in them splitting the film up into two parts. However, the second part was not long enough to sell on its own. That means there are really only 4 new stories to be found here, with an extended version of the Kyoko tale. Confused? I know I was, but whatever. Is Ju-On the Curse 2 as good as its predecessor, or a complete misfire? Let's find out. The characters and plot. We continue right where the curse left off. We also do get to learn a bit of backstory on Kayako through her tale, which continues where Toshio left off, along with having really messed up ending for Kobayashi. Kyoko is scared shitless of the Seki house and learns that her nephew Nobuyuki is not doing so hot from her brother. This opens the story titled Tatsuya, who is Kyoko's brother. Kyoko arrives at their apartment only to find Nobuyuki freaked out, and they bear witness to a horrifying scene, as it is revealed that the apartment Tatsuya and Nobuyuki lived in used to belong to Kobayashi and his wife before their encounter with the Seki family. These events lead to Tatsuya taking both his son and sister home to their parents, where some major crap occurs. We also get to see how the events of the Seki family affect the latest family to live in their house, which is not very pretty. Talk about having a hard pass on breakfast. Camille, the title of the next tale, features a couple of cops investigating everything that has been occurring as of late. They seem to be good guys who just happen to get wrapped into the mix of everything, which does make their stories quite tragic.
この吉川さんの撮った顔、誰かに似てると思わないか？佐伯。
Nobuyuki gets his own story, which takes place well after his family was visited by Kayako. Now it is his turn to face her wrath, which is done in a pretty cool manner. The final story is more like a short epilogue called Sayori. It features a group of girls inside of the house who get an unexpected visit. What's creative about it is we never actually see these characters. We only hear their voices as the camera is placed outside of the house.
何それ？お酒？なんでこんなとこに置いてあんの？
It's very effective as viewers know what's going to happen without having to be shown what is happening. Nobuyuki was portrayed by Tomohiro Kaku, who has been featured in Hanayori Dango, When They Cry, and School Days.
うわ、なんだよこいつ、気色悪い。鈴木くん、こいつらの言うこといちいち聞いてちゃダメだよ。そうそう。
Makoto Asakawa plays his dad, while Taro Suwa was Kamio.
もともとあの夫婦が住んでた同じ部屋なんだ。 小林の妻はあそこで殺された。でもそんなのただの偶然だよ。
The stories do come off a bit weaker than the first one, but as an extension that really just continues the stories, it's very effective and works quite well. The effects and music. Given that the film was recorded at the exact same time as the previous one, everything remains the same. Gary Ashiya's soundtrack continues to please, as do the effects work in all of their cheapness. My favorite scene of the entire film is when we get to see an army of Kayakos at Nobuyuki's school. It's clearly just Fuji duplicated, and yet it ends up being one of the most fear-inducing scenes in the entire franchise. After all, who the hell would want that many Kayakos coming after them? One is enough as is. Ignoring the cheapness of the first half hour just being the last half hour to the previous installment, Ju-On the Curse 2 is a worthy successor. Of course, there is no reason to not watch this back-to-back with the first one, given its connections of being one long story. Thank the gods, fast-forwarding and all that good stuff was invented. Ju-On the Curse 2 is definitely a must-watch for any horror fan. Until next time, bye.
ああ、卵の黄身いつも半熟にしてって言ってるでしょ。
Kinda brings a whole new meaning to that old commercial that would use eggs and a frying pan to represent your brain and drugs.